everyone, today we're going to be doing iPhone 17 Pro versus Pro camera at a portrait photo shoot, testing them out side by side. Let's get into it. Let's start around this side here. If you wanted to stand just here, because I want to get like lots of light on your face. So that's where the iPhone camera really shines. So I'm going to start off with the 1x camera, and I am going to be shooting on RAW with both of them. And right here on my camera, I've got the 24mm just to match the focal length of the 1x camera on iPhone. So we'll get a couple of shots here. Could even do some, might be cute if you kind of like swing your arms, get a little bit of like movement. For my Pro camera, I'm using the Sony a7 IV. This is the camera I use for all my portrait photo shoots, weddings, and commercial work that I currently do. So now I'm actually going to shoot with portrait mode, and we're going to take a look at the bokeh from both cameras. So again, at 1x. So for this one, do you want to try, can you like tuck in right here so your face is nice and close to the flowers? Ooh, that's so pretty. I'm going to be sharing both the unedited photos from both the phone and camera, then a cropped in version so you can see all the details. And then I'm going to change my settings and I'm going to shoot some wide open on the camera. And finally, I'll have my edited version where I'll make both photos look as similar as possible. I'm editing all these shots with my Wild Phone preset pack, which I'll leave linked down below. I thought it would be interesting to compare video as well, since we can do log recording in video up to 120 frames per second. So I have the A9 III here with the Sigma 28-45. So we are going to get a couple of different video comparison shots, including with cinematic mode too, so we can check out that bokeh. Do you mind crouching, facing right towards the flowers? Right here, I'm getting some shots in cinematic mode, which should give us some bokeh on the iPhone. And this is all at the 1x camera and 28mm on the Sigma. I'm genuinely impressed seeing this footage side by side. If you wanted to rest your elbow like on your knee, and then you can put like your hand maybe up to your face. Yeah, that's nice. The iPhone does a good job here at separating the subject from the background, and the bokeh effect is super nice. While cinematic mode is limited to 30 FPS and doesn't have log recording, the image quality holds up really well with even exposure and natural but vibrant looking colors. Now we're going to try out 2x mode, which is about 48mm. So I have my 50mm f1.2 GM. Again, I am shooting at f2.8 just so we can match the look of iPhone a little bit more, even though we are naturally going to get quite a lot of bokeh on the 50mm. Yeah, if you hold that for a sec and look at my camera, I'll get a couple of shots, and then look at the phone. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, and then I'll get some at 1.2 on my camera as well, because this is just so stunning. I love that there's all these like purple petals on the ground too. In the 17 Pro, the main cameras including 0.5, 1, and 4x are all 48 megapixels. 2 and 8x aren't technically optical zooms since they crop into the sensor to achieve that focal length, so they produce a smaller resolution image. If you haven't watched it yet, make sure to check out my 17 Pro review video, by the way, where I have heaps more example images. We're back in this spot and I want to get a video shot with the 2x lens, so I'm going to zoom in right to 45mm. That looks so dreamy. This lens isn't the exact millimeter to the iPhone 2x camera. My lens goes to 45, so you can see quite a big crop difference when I'm shooting them at the same time. So I'm going to get some separate shots just so we can frame them the same. In this comparison, you can see the camera really pull ahead with quality. The iPhone's strengths are in the 1x camera, so at 2x, which is cropping into 1x, you have less detail and sharpness. This is log footage for both the phone and camera, by the way. Next up, we have ultra wide, which gives us 13mm. So I have my 14mm f1.8 GM lens. Got this beautiful spot. The jasmine smells absolutely incredible, by the way. So this one we'll do one at a time because it's going to be a bit hard to shoot at the same time. If you want to stand with your one foot like facing towards me, and then the other one maybe like out, yeah, like on your heel. Get a bit closer. Yeah, I like that with your elbows out, like super nice and wide in the frame. I do appreciate when I get back on my camera that I can shoot at the speed that I want. On the iPhone, when you're shooting in RAW plus screen recording at the same time, you can't press the shutter as many times as I would like while shooting. So that is something to keep in mind. The iPhone is also very hot in my hand, by the way. Do you want to try one? If you just like cross your arms, maybe like this, yeah. And can we try it over the shoulder too? Yeah, that's cool. It's so pretty with all the flowers in the back. Last but not least, we are going to compare 4x mode. So that gives you a focal length equivalent on the iPhone of 100mm. So I've got my 135mm f1.8 GM lens, which is not exactly the same as 100, but pretty similar. While the sun's out, I really want to get some backlit images first. So could you stand like, I think just there. It's like a perfect little nook in the flowers. Oh my God, like a super close up. That's so pretty. This is magical. Here I'm gonna shoot in portrait mode and I'm using the 4x camera. Oh, I feel like because Chanel's like right in the bushes there, it doesn't really recognize that it's part of the background. The phone did end up doing a pretty nice job at separating Chanel when I decreased the depth slider afterwards. It would be great to have a few more editing options such as extra blurring. I would get it to blur out those branches it missed on the sides. I'll get you to stand maybe just out here because portrait mode is not really working when she's right up against the background. So let's see this. Oh, okay, that's better. So I'll crop just above your knees for this one. While the results from the phone are pretty impressive and a good option for people who don't own a camera, the camera results speak for themselves here. Something I prefer about the camera is the smooth transition between in focus to out of focus compared to the iPhone photo where that transition looks a lot harsher, or if you don't use portrait mode, then there isn't really any depth at all. But in saying that, there are still a lot of advantages to using a phone camera. So here I'm cropping like just above your knees. This one would be cute with the swaying arms. Just do them quite like gently, yeah. For example, if photography is something you're interested in but you can't afford a camera, a phone with a good camera can be a great place to start. Since you'll probably need a phone anyway, it makes sense to invest in one that also lets you start experimenting with photography as well. With a phone, you can still practice things like composition, lighting, storytelling, and it's a good way to start using your creative photography muscles. Even though I have a professional camera already, I still use my phone camera a lot in my daily life and my professional workflow. When I'm traveling, I'm constantly taking photos and videos of landscapes, I do selfies, and for my work, I use my phone to shoot behind the scenes content to share on social media. Let me know if you use your phone camera like this as well. Let me know what you think of the comparisons in the comments below and which ones were your favorite photos. But as always, I make new videos every single week, so I'll see you all next time. Bye.